Real money strategies, real Canadian numbers. Retire Rich Canada. $4,033 every single month. That's not a random number I pulled from the internet. That's what the Canadian retirement math actually produces when you combine three specific things correctly. CPP at the right age, your TFSA paying you tax-free income, and a home that's fully paid off. And here's what makes this number extraordinary. Almost none of it shows up as taxable income to CRA. You're keeping nearly every dollar. Most Canadians have no idea this formula exists. They spend their whole working lives saving money in the wrong order, taking CPP at the wrong time, and leaving thousands of dollars on the table every single year. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how the pieces fit together. The real numbers, the real math, the real formula. If you're new here, this channel is built specifically for Canadians who want to understand the real mechanics of building wealth and retiring comfortably in this country. Subscribe if that sounds like you. I post this level of detail every single week. Here's what we're going to cover today. First, I'm going to show you the three components of the formula and what each one actually contributes in monthly income. Then, I'll show you the critical timing decisions, because getting the sequence wrong can cost you tens of thousands of dollars. And finally, I'll show you how these three pieces interact with the CRA tax system, and why, when structured correctly, this formula produces income that is almost completely invisible to the taxman. Stay to the end, because the tax piece is where most people's minds get blown. Let's start with CPP, the Canada Pension Plan. Most Canadians think about CPP the wrong way. They think of it as a pension check they're entitled to when they turn 65. But CPP is actually one of the most powerful financial levers in the entire Canadian retirement system, if you understand how to use it correctly. Here's the number that matters. If you take CPP at age 65, the average Canadian in 2026 receives about $831 per month. That's the average, based on actual contribution history, not the maximum. But if you delay CPP to age 70, that same person receives $1,306 per month, every single month, for life. Guaranteed by the federal government. That's not a small difference. That's an extra $5,700 per year, every year, for the rest of your life, just for waiting 5 years. Now I know what you're thinking. But what if I die early? It's a fair question, and the math says, if you live past age 83, which statistically most Canadians do, delaying CPP to 70 pays you more total money over your lifetime than taking it at 65. But here's the real reason delay makes sense in this formula, and it has nothing to do with life expectancy. It has to do with what fills the gap between age 65 and 70, and that's where the TFSA comes in. So in our formula, CPP at 70 contributes exactly $1,306 per month. That's component 1. Component 2 is OAS, Old Age Security, and this one is pure bonus money. Unlike CPP, you don't earn OAS through contributions. Every Canadian who has lived in Canada for at least 40 years after age 18 is entitled to the full OAS benefit, regardless of whether they ever worked a single day. In 2026, the full OAS payment is $727 per month, deposited directly into your account every month, starting at age 65. You can also delay OAS to 70 for a 36% increase, but in this formula, we're starting OAS at 65 because it works well with our TFSA strategy. Now, there's one trap with OAS that you absolutely need to know about. It's called the OAS clawback, or technically the OAS recovery tax. If your net income exceeds $90,997 in 2026, CRA starts clawing back your OAS at 15 cents for every dollar above that threshold. This is why the TFSA piece of this formula is so brilliant, and I'll explain exactly why in a moment. For now, Component 2. OAS at 65 adds $727 per month. Our running total is now $2,033 per month. This is where the formula gets genuinely powerful. The TFSA, Tax-Free Savings Account, is the most underused financial tool in Canada. Most Canadians park cash in it and earn 2% in a savings account. That is not what it's designed for. A properly invested TFSA, holding low-cost Canadian dividend ETFs returning 5 to 7% annually, can grow to $400,000 or more by the time you retire, depending on your contribution history and how long you've been invested. And here's the part that changes everything. Every single dollar you withdraw from a TFSA is completely tax-free. It doesn't appear on your T1. It doesn't trigger OAS clawback. CRA doesn't see it at all. In our formula, the TFSA is doing two jobs. Job 1, it fills the CPP gap. Remember, we said we're delaying CPP to age 70, so between age 65 and 70, we have 5 years where we're not receiving CPP. The TFSA bridges that gap, paying out whatever monthly income we need without CRA involvement. Job 2, once CPP and OAS kick in at 65 and 70, the TFSA continues drawing down, tax-free, to top up our monthly income to our target. In this formula, we're using a TFSA drawdown of $2,000 per month. On a $400,000 TFSA portfolio, at 5% annual growth with $2,000 monthly withdrawals, that portfolio lasts well into your mid-90s. I ran the math in a spreadsheet. I'll link it in the description. Now, why is NoMortgage part of this formula? Because $4,033 per month means something completely different depending on whether you have a $1,800 mortgage payment or not. With a fully paid off home, $4,033 per month in a Canadian city like Ajax, Hamilton, or London means a genuinely comfortable retirement. Your property taxes, utilities, food, travel, and discretionary spending are all covered, with money left over. With a mortgage, you're immediately in survival mode on the same income. This is why the mortgage payoff timeline is just as strategic as your RRSP and TFSA contributions. In Canada's current housing market, every extra dollar on your mortgage principal in your 40s and early 50s is a guaranteed tax-free return equal to your mortgage interest rate. That's often 5 to 6%, better than most GICs and bonds. Now let's talk about CRA, because this is where this formula becomes truly extraordinary. Let me show you what our monthly income looks like to the tax system. CPP at $1,306 per month? Yes, this is taxable income. It will appear on your T4A slip. At this level, you're in the lowest federal tax bracket, roughly 15% federal plus Ontario provincial tax. After credits and the pension income amount, your effective tax rate on CPP is extremely low, often under 5% net. OAS at $727 per month, also taxable, but again, at these income levels, your effective rate is minimal, and critically, because your total reported income is only around $24,396 per year from CPP and OAS combined, you are nowhere near the OAS clawback threshold of $90,997. Your OAS is completely safe. TFSA drawdown at $2,000 per month. Zero tax. Completely invisible to CRA. Doesn't exist as far as the tax system is concerned. That's $24,000 per year that never appears on your tax return. The result, you're receiving $4,033 per month. $48,396 per year. But your taxable income is only about $24,396. Your marginal rate stays low, your OAS is protected, and your TFSA money flows to you completely free. So let's bring it all together. The complete Canadian financial independence formula. CPP at 70, $1,306 per month, guaranteed for life, fully indexed to inflation. OAS at 65, $727 per month, government issued, every Canadian qualifies. TFSA drawdown, $2,000 per month, 100% tax-free. CRA never sees a dollar. Total, $4,033 per month. On a paid-off home. With an effective tax rate under 8%. This isn't a fantasy. This is Canadian financial system math. Every number I gave you today is sourced from actual 2026 government rates and real investment return assumptions. The formula works, but it requires 3 things most Canadians don't do. delay CPP strategically, invest the TFSA properly instead of leaving it in a savings account, and eliminate the mortgage before retirement. Now, the question I want you to think about is this. Which of these three pieces is furthest from where you want it to be right now? Is it the TFSA balance, the mortgage, or are you unsure about CPP timing? Drop your answer in the comments below, because your answer determines exactly which video I should make next. If this video helped you understand the Canadian retirement system better than anything you've seen before, subscribe. I put out this level of detail every single week specifically for Canadians. And watch this video next, where I break down exactly how to build a TFSA that can actually produce $2,000 a month in retirement. The ETFs, the contribution strategy, the timeline, all of it. Thank you for watching. See you next week. Retire Rich Family.